So without any further ado, I'm going to get started. Raghav, perhaps with you. You know how they say to know where you're going, take a minute, pause, and see where you've come from. So I want to hear from you some of the key highlights for Life Connections in the last 29-year plus long journey. So take us back to the early days and share all the goodness with us.
Oh, absolutely. It's a pleasure joining this forum. And not too many organizations give us such an opportunity. I think it's a wonderful platform to share our story and then the journey. Life Connections, we are, as you rightly pointed out, a 29-year-old organization. Uh, we had a fantastic journey, very humble beginning. We started nothing fancy. When my founder and CEO, Hema Subramaniam, started, we had no plush office, no global dashboard. Just she started with one table, one phone, and most of it, top of it, one relentless belief that people matter more than positions. I joined Life Connections in 2005. That's a fantastic 21-year journey. When I joined, we were just 9 people, and now we are close to 500, spread across multiple locations: Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Gurugram, Trichy, Singapore, UAE, and Qatar. In an industry known for uh, transactional hustle, we chose to take the human route, to listen more than sell, and to understand before we connect. Our first client was a referral followed by hard work, where Hema used to take her two-wheeler and then knock every door to get a client. And the first hire was a leap of faith. And our first win was not the money or the candidate we place; it's a trust that the currency still powers us today. Our philosophy is we place people first, and people, when people think what is people first, they generally think that it's perks or it is money, but that's not our philosophy. Our philosophy is how we treat candidates. We treat candidates like humans, not as profiles. I'm sure no many of us gathered here and from the recruitment fraternity, where most of the recruiters just consider a candidate's profile as a resume, but we don't treat that as just a paper or a resume. We give life to it, and it's how also we've stood by our clients even when things weren't going well, when positions went on hold, or the projects did not come through. We stood by our client, and clients also stood by us. And also how we invest in our own team. Building such a big team is not a simple task. It involves nurturing carriers, nurturing the individuals, and we believe in not just filling the positions, give a human element to it. We coach candidates, we mentor them, we help them to upskill, uh, and top of it, what we also believe in is not all candidates whom we present to candidate clients does get through the interview process. What we do is we give them the confidence, even though when they are rejected, when they don't get through the interviews. So there is a story that lies behind every resume. We've taken failure resume to our clients and presented them, and we showcased those candidates and got them opportunity. That's when you honor that, the growth naturally follows. Not just that, being in the industry for close to 3 decades, we've we've been resilient to too many things. We've seen it all. The dot com booms. When we started, it was just paper resumes. We had to courier the printed resumes, take copies, multiple copies of each and every candidate, and then send it to the clients. We've seen that dot com boom. How it changed, how it transformed the way we present uh, profiles to the clients. And global recessions, we've seen a couple of recessions, and the pandemic. I'm sure everyone have crossed that bridge by now. And now we are in the era of AI. We are also looking at it, how it's transforming, changing, bringing in a lot of disruption in the industry. And the relationships that we never stopped investing in. When we hire, what we look at is, we hire for attitude and then train for skills. We don't just focus on ROI, and most of the organizations focus on return on investment, but we look at return on efforts, the ROE, non efforts. So we work with clients as they build startups. Currently, they are unicorns, and we've helped them when they scaled up, and we stayed with them when they scaled down, when they had ramp downs. Uh, because our commitment to our clients is not just their hiring budget, but to their vision. So just a short version of what we have gone through. Vibha, thanks so much for LinkedIn giving us the opportunity to showcase who we are.
No, thank you for sharing. I think what I'm hearing is through all the ups and downs, through your own growth trajectory, what has been critical is your relationship with your candidates and your customers and your team. So eventually, sort of going back to people, combining deep recruitment expertise with the genuine passion that you have for people, which is coming out very strongly in this conversation, but in all the previous conversations that we've had as well. I think that has absolutely been your key differentiator. And it's great to see that translate into success. Like I said, I think that human element is going to be even more important and even more amplified in the age of AI. So, you're leading from the front there. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And now, Dawn, moving on to you. We're talking about recruitment organizations, and I think a lot of the recruitment organizations are in different stages of their marketing and branding journeys. But we know that it has been quite a critical element of strategy and success for you, your branding strategy. So, would love to hear from you. What role do you think it has played in your business growth? But also coming back to what role it has played in building that trust and relationships with your candidates and customers that we've been talking about.
Thanks, Vibha. Good to catch up with all of you on this nice forum. And before I start, somebody had asked this question in either Rohit's post or my post or one of the live CN's post as to why I'm called the Chief Dreamer. Was it something that the company offers this kind of designations in Live Connections? I chose this designation long back, much before I got associated with Live Connections. It's something that I always wanted to dream differently. And so even in my earlier company and the companies I have ran myself, I call myself the Chief Dreamer. It becomes a talking point of talk. Also, it becomes a point of discussion when you give a card to somebody and they ask you, and then that's also a marketing ploy. So yes, we didn't brainstorm to arrive at this designation. We were just chosen on the spot. And dream big is what generally I would like to tell everybody out here. Dream big and then you'll achieve it. My association with Live Connection goes back 30 years. So I was there when Hema started the company, when the first mobile phone that she bought, and I supplied the first printer to Live Connections. I was in marketing then with Wipro, and I supplied the first printer to Live Connections, and then a first computer also to Live Connections, and then later I have been Live Connections event manager for Live Wired, which is an internal Live Connections engagement programs. And then I lit up the office when I ran my own LED setup. And then later, for the past 5 or 6 years, I've been involved in the leadership development, leadership enhancement, and social media programs of Live Connection. So the association with Live Connections has also given me a lot of takeaways. Uh, for me, I'm not a recruiter. I've never been a recruiter. I don't think I'll ever be a recruiter as per se. So I don't understand that part of the whole thing. But from a branding point of view, from a culture development point of view, Live Connections gave me that freedom to work as I wanted to develop their own branding. So when we started working, say 5 years back, I would say, uh, let's be honest about it. LinkedIn looked cold. LinkedIn looked corporate. LinkedIn looked like people where some heads of companies would connect, talk about their achievements, and then move away. That was what was the initial impression that LinkedIn was giving us. But later, as LinkedIn also evolved and our change of perspective evolved, I discussed with Raghav and the others that we should not treat LinkedIn like a database or a social media platform. We treat it like a stage for Live Connections, a stage where we could actually uh, how would I say, expose Live Connections culture, Live Connections job market, Live Connections attitudes. So we are actually, this had become a stage for us. So the whole concept of LinkedIn changed for us. We started using LinkedIn to reach across to more people. I just got the list of how much we reached each year. So when I took over, we started with 30,000. We had something like 38,000 followers or something. Uh, this was in November 2020. And then in March 2023, we reached 1 lakh followers. In January 2024, 2 lakh followers. March 2024, 2.5, June 2024, 3, September 2024, 4 lakhs, and February 11th, 2025, 5 lakhs. So it wasn't gradual, as we would say. As we were putting in more efforts into the branding, as we were doing our unique stuff on LinkedIn, we started getting more followers. Now you just what did we actually do? We wanted to make the name Live Connections unforgettable. People who are following us. And that's where we started. So we decided that advertisement would not going to work. The world is already flooded with millions of recruiters out here. There are hundreds of job portals, and AI had also started coming in at that point of time. So we decided that what we do need to do is something different, totally different. And that's when Jobs TV was born. So what we did with Jobs TV, we created our own mini studios inside each branch. So we had 4 mini studios. We had our own employees, Live Connections, Live CNs as we call them. So Live Connections employees became jobs readers. And we set up a TV-like, the whole thing was a TV-like program-like thing. But only thing, instead of news, what was read out was job descriptions. So suddenly, job descriptions stopped, JDs stopped being inanimate things. They exploded on the screen with creativity, with beautiful, handsome looking jobs readers out there with attitude, and it went across because we put it on YouTube, shared the YouTube link to LinkedIn, to Facebook. See, our strategy has not been just limited to LinkedIn. It was cross-platform. So what we did is we used Instagram to give us that digital effect. We used YouTube to give us depth. Facebook has always been a legacy material. It always has been a wonderful viral thing. But then the buck stopped at LinkedIn. The scroll ended at LinkedIn. Because whatever we're doing in the other channels, the other platforms, we're bringing people down to LinkedIn because LinkedIn had evolved by that time into a stage by itself, and where our employers, our recruiters could actually start conversing with interested candidates. The clients were having a look at us, looking at our profile. We could tell stories on LinkedIn. We could share videos on LinkedIn. A lot of things started happening when we started embracing LinkedIn and started concentrating on now Jobs TV. I would like to say a few more words about Jobs TV. Jobs TV, we did it multilingual. And we did it in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Marathi, Kannada, a bit of Arabic also. And then one of the major hits or major things which we did on Jobs TV was sign language. We have 4 employees working in Live Connections, Hyderabad, who are orally challenged. And one of them, Saujanya, has got more followers than some of our movie stars. I mean, you got to watch it to believe it, like the way she expresses a JD in sign language. So these are we also did feature a few candidate stories, but then the real stars were the jobs themselves, because job posts weren't anymore static. They had become stories by then. Apart from all these things, we brought in the LinkedIn laddus. You got to say something if I'm crossing my timing. Okay, so got to indicate that. So somewhere in between, we brought in LinkedIn laddus. This was an internal thing, and where we matched it with our management drive on LinkedIn with employee advocacy. So where we told people, come on, post on LinkedIn, and we'll give you a certificate, we'll give you a laddu, and we'll give you a $5,000 check also. Okay, so it worked. People got engaged, because not only because they were getting rewarded, they also engaged because it was something unique. It was out of the theme. So I think if Raghav is nodding over there, I think we're going to launch LinkedIn Gulab Jamuns or something next week. So the sweet effect, the whole idea was to keep the fun element in place, while at the same time doing the marketing point. And it was at this point of time that AI entered the scene. 2 years back, I would say, or 1 year back, when AI became talked about, when AI was the scene out there. And I should say we didn't panic at all. Absolutely no. We took it chill. We took it cool, Okay, this is just another. I mean, I've seen Windows 98. I've seen Windows 95. I'm working on Windows 11 now. So nothing is just another development, another evolution. And that was at that time we launched Pixel and Brainwaves. So we threw it open to the public. We threw it open to the world and we didn't throw it open to the world, threw it to India because of some limitations. But then we threw it open and said, use an AI, nothing to fear it, use it and create us a video or an image or anything that you want based on some themes that we gave them. Well, I wouldn't really say we got a huge submissions, creative submissions. We did get a decent amount of submissions. But what came across our way was 60,000 followers on LinkedIn in about 40 days, which was like these people were also coming to find out what is this company called Live Connections, what is doing something about AI. Of course, we did get a lot of creative stuff also. But then it became sort of viral because people were sharing Pixel and Brainwaves. We did some real freaked out videos. We had our head of IT dancing on the stage. We had a band-like thing playing, and we did videos and stuff like that. And we ensured that this was shared across all platforms by all the employees. So that made it viral, and we got something like 60,000 followers, I guess. That's when I think we shot from 4 lakhs to 4,50,000. But then we didn't stop at that. We thought we needed to, take it one more step forward. And that's when we did the QR t-shirt. Okay. I mean, this was just a freaky idea somebody gave and said that, why don't we ask our cricket team to wear a t-shirt with a QR branding on that, and the QR took them to the LinkedIn Live Connections LinkedIn page. Well, one of these food guys was offering 66% off for every sixes that were hit. I don't want to name the brand, but then what we probably didn't offer was 66% discount to our candidate clients. But I'm sure during the match, we would have got at least 6,600 views or 6,600. So the idea, the branding idea through all this has been be visible where it mattered,
Hmm.
be consistent without being boring anywhere, and never underestimate the effect of fun, you know. Because in a world that is so loud, fun is what is heard more also. So this is how the branding strategy of live connections happened in the last.
Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, it's a powerhouse of ideas that you've shared over here that I'm sure a lot of folks in the audience can leverage as well. I think what's really standing out for me is the deep intentionality behind leveraging LinkedIn, and of course, like you said, other platforms as well as a stage, but then also leveraging your own employees as actors or as brand ambassadors to really spread the word, and you as leaders finding opportunities to incentivize them for that, but also making it fun along the way and helping their own growth and branding in the process as well, which of course helps the organization too. And I think what also stood out for me is embracing change. You said like at some point in time, LinkedIn evolved as well. And of course, our member base has exploded over the last few years, or for that matter, AI coming into the picture, and how rather than fearing it, you're embracing AI and establishing through your communication that you're here to tap into the AI talent and partner with organizations on their AI journey as well. So, some wonderful ideas there. Thank you for sharing. And Raghu, moving on to you, some great ideas there, but we know as leaders that change management is hard. So I can only imagine that adoption of LinkedIn, with your teams would have required significant change management as well, and that would have come with its own set of learnings and challenges. So would love to hear a little bit about that. And what role then does LinkedIn play in your customer and candidate acquisition journey as well?
Oh, absolutely. I would talk about it the whole day long. 24 hours may not be enough because we've seen such a value contribution from LinkedIn, and it wasn't easy, as Don.
Raghav, we've lost you.
Highlighted.
You're back. You're back now.
We lost you there, Raghav, for a few seconds.
Raghav, are you with us? Can you hear us?
Some areas uh, push. So we, as LinkedIn, can contribute a lot. Hello.
Yes, we lost you there for a second, but I think you're coming back.
Okay.
You're breaking a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Now. All right. Okay. See, as I told you, I can talk about it. Any longer. That's not be a problem. But um the change initiative or the change management was not at all easy for us, the recruiter, though the leadership team had the conviction that LinkedIn can contribute a lot to the organization for our growth, both from getting more candidates and also in terms of client acquisition. But to take this message to our recruiters was not at all an easy task. Not everyone wanted to adopt to LinkedIn immediately. There was skepticism. People were not believing in the power of networking and using LinkedIn. Some questions like why should I post in LinkedIn, and the candidates don't respond to the post immediately. Now these are a few challenges that we had posted. Now how did we navigate? Is we conducted LinkedIn boot camps internally, uh, not just educating them how to use LinkedIn, but also how to build an authentic LinkedIn profile. Before you reach out to a candidate, the candidate now does a lot of research. They want to know who you are, where you are from, what is your credential, what years of experience you bring into the table, right? So we sensitized our recruiters to build authentic and compelling profiles, and also help them to create effective contents. And we ask them to leverage different tools that LinkedIn is providing for real-time sourcing. So we, and of course, Don pointed out that we had to run campaigns to motivate, like LinkedIn Laddus, right? And then now he's now left another point, the LinkedIn Jamuns, to motivate our recruiters. But yes, now I see from where we started and where we are now, see a phenomenal change. Now, most of my recruiters and leads, they say that, okay, I'm fine with LinkedIn, I'm able to source. In fact, it has brought down, when I raised this question, that the recruiter says, that my turnaround time to get response from the candidate is very high. But now we see the turnaround time has reduced, from earlier 8 9 hours to just couple of hours now. Within 2 to 3 hours, candidate respond, and then our recruiters are able to connect with them, reach out to them, and then submit the profiles. Not just that, it has also helped us to acquire clients. Since we post a lot of jobs, we get inquiries, or our clients reach out to us, says, even our existing clients, they say that, hey, you're working on so many roles, you're working on such a critical skills, we also have such openings, why don't you support us, right? It also helped us to cross sell our services to our clients who were not aware that we were in leadership hiring. They engaged us looking at our post. This has helped us, not just posting jobs. Nowadays, clients do research on us, same way the candidates do us. So what we do is, we post a lot of thought leadership contents. We publish insights, success stories, and hiring trends for the candidates and the clients to be informed. And we have our executive branding, our leaders and senior recruiters build credibility through their posts and engagement. And of course, multiple products of LinkedIn that we use have also uh, helped us to acquire new clients. We also celebrate small wins. Every time a post led to a placement or a new client that come from uh, the post or anything that is related that we post in LinkedIn. We shared that the story. Change stuck not because of the process, but because of the personal success, actually.
Wonderful. I'm definitely sensing a theme of celebration, and I'm just thinking how fun it would be to work at Life Connections, where there is such an environment of support and encouragement. And I love what you mentioned, that it's important to invest in your recruiters, right? It's important to invest in your people to be able to see those results. To be able to get the sourcing time down to 3 to 4 hours is a big achievement. But obviously, there's a lot of work that's gone behind that achievement, which is around training and upskilling the recruiters, and also how your leadership is investing in their own presence on LinkedIn so that you're able to tap into those new and existing customers as well, and building that relationship and building that trust on an ongoing manner. Don, coming back to you, I hear that the next milestone is 1 million followers. Is that right? And what's the plan to get there? And what are some of the other metrics that your marketing team is focused on?
See, one of the things that the internal how the hype is still being created, right? It is not died down. The 5 lakhs, just 5 lakhs is just a number. I just heard the bell ringing. I'm sitting inside the room now in Hyderabad, inside Hema's room actually, and I just heard the bell ring outside. So every time somebody closes using LinkedIn, they go and ring a bell, which is there in the hall. So everybody knows that person. That's one way that the recruiter is also appreciated by that. Everybody gets up and claps their hand when there's a closure. That's one thing. But then at somewhere, I feel that reaching 1 million wouldn't be just a number. I feel that live connections will be making a solid statement out there, saying that, hey, we have earned attention. We've built trust. Isn't that the word I should be using? I think trust. And we have stayed consistent to earn that trust. When we crossed 500,000 followers, like Raghav said, we didn't celebrate too much. We did cut cakes across. I think Shashwat was also, I was there in one of those cake cutting ceremonies. Incidentally, he dropped in over there. And then, but when I took the mic, everyone saying, hey, great to go. And I said, what next? Yeah, what are we going to do next? I'm not going to let go, you guys, just because we've touched 500,000. Why are we not looking at 1 million as the next target? And we started looking at 1 million and we've named it as the LIMO. So LIMO stands for LinkedIn, or you take it as live seed for the L, LinkedIn 1 million obsession campaign. And we're going to come out with newer ideas, newer, contests, probably newer inner rewarding programs. Uh, Social media follower count is going to be the digital storefront for us. Because that's what is going to be the future with AI getting so built into social media, and with people like Mark Zuckerberg announcing much ahead futuristic products which can be handheld, which will not be handheld, which will be part of your integrated glasses, etc. I think that we can do a lot more to reach out there in terms of branding, because every follower that we get becomes a potential client or a potential future hire, a brand evangelist for us. And when we reach the scale of 8 lakhs, get the 1 million for now. When we reach the scale of 8 lakhs, we've already started selling us. The LinkedIn has started selling for us, right? LinkedIn becomes a brand ambassador for me rather than the other way around. I'll be using LinkedIn literally and figuratively to make my brand seen across. And people are going to take us much more seriously because they realize, at least the clients, at least those corporates out there who may have ignored us till now, are going to see Live Connections as a brand which has done its best to evolve there, to reach that kind of visibility. And I've been checking, and I think we are one among the top 5 or something with our kind of a parameter for the company with these kind of parameters. I think we are on the top 5 in India. So I guess we need to reach that one place, and I'm sure we'll do that moment we reach that 1 million. Now, if you're going to ask me about how I'm going to do it, yes, one is I'm going to continue the consistency. If you have noticed our page, Viva, which I'm sure you did day before yesterday when you logged in there, I'm tracking you. So, you know that we never ghost our page. You've seen the content on the page. It has jobs, it has information, it has news, it has celebrations. We celebrated our RCB win as much as we celebrated Sunita Williams coming back to earth. We gave it a post. We spread the post. We said that, yes, we are happy to celebrate along with you. Apart from that, the employee advocacy, we're not stopping. We have now clearly created a 15-minute time inside Live Connections across branches, a particular time where every employee has to log in and repost it. And I strongly believe, with my experience in social media management, that reposting and sharing is something that creates not just the viral effect, but creates the trust. So if one of my, that's also how the algorithms work. Raghav shared Murli Krishnan's post. Murli Krishnan shared Sangeeta's post. That's how the viral goes. So it's not just the 5 lakhs, 500,000 or the 1 million that we're targeting. We probably, each employee has got 3,000, 5,000 followers to themselves. So that's another area that we could, concentrate on. My quirky campaigns won't stop. Just Jobs TV today, T-shirts today. We'll come out with some ideas, some newer ideas where probably the reach will be much more freakier, but it'll get the desired effect like we tried, the follower database. I'm also creating, I'm a programmer, so I'm also creating a sort of a client-facing dashboard which we'll put it on Live Connection site, and a client or somebody interested in business synergy with Live Connection can land up and actually find follower milestones, engagement statistics, geographies. Because again, like I'm telling you, when the visitor starts seeing the 800K mark, they're going to spend most time on the site. They're going to read the rest of what's written on the site, and it will not be a goal. So yes, I'm sure we will do another show with Viva and Rohit and Shashwat 3 months down the line, if my timing goes okay. I guess in September or October we should be touching the 1 million.
Fingers crossed for that. And again, I think such good takeaways. What I'm hearing is also measure what you manage. So whether it's your follower number that you're tracking so closely, or your sourcing time, or even how you're thinking about empowering customers with data and insights by creating that live dashboard, I think is quite a game changer and quite critical when we think about building trust and visibility with your customers, but anyone today. And again, like embracing change is a constant theme that I'm hearing as well. So, like I said, fingers crossed we get there sooner than later. I think today any conversation is incomplete without talking about AI
Can
directly.
I just add one thing, Viva?
Sure.
I would like to say here that our association with LinkedIn has been not the regular kind of client service provider kind of a thing. We've moved with the LinkedIn team like close friends, you know, and the amount of support that LinkedIn has also given us is something that needs to be mentioned here. The training programs that LinkedIn has spent for us, the time they have given us, Rohit and Sash especially, they're willing to answer questions on WhatsApp, on email. They're there, and maybe that's something we couldn't find, or I mean, it's not offered by other, maybe I would even say job portals or social media platforms. So that's why I think we are concentrating on LinkedIn also at this point of time. It's the support that we're getting from you guys. Kudos to you guys.
Oh, absolutely value the partnership, and I think it takes two to tango, and investment from either side to make it a fulfilling experience along the way. So, thank you. Like I said, every conversation is incomplete today without AI, and while we've touched upon it a lot, I have to ask you as a last question: what is the vision for life connections in the AI first world? Like, quick 2 minute wrap up question for both of you. Raghav, perhaps we'll start with you.
Okay. See, at Live Connections, everybody is in the AI is in the flow, while we keep human at the core in Live Connections. We are not chasing AI. We are partnering with it. At Live Connections, our aim or vision is to not to replace the recruiter, but to elevate the recruiter, to give them superpowers, to combine uh, the decades of human intuition that we brought in with precision, speed, that uh, in partnership with AI, what we are enabling. In fact, I myself had completed my prompt engineering certification a couple of weeks ago, and I'm challenging my team leaders, my managers, and the recruiters. And a couple of them have completed the prompt engineering and how to use GenAI tools. They've got certified as well. I see a lot of people are taking their own initiatives rather than in an official push. They've also realized that partnering, associating, embracing AI is the key. So they have also taken that initiative to learn, what AI offers. Not just that, we have our own ATS, and uh, we are integrating a few tools to enhance or parse resumes at lightning speed, which the work is in progress. We are also in the stages of um, thinking to build or buy certain tools. Our software development team is equipped to embrace this AI technology and bring in this AI into our ATS as well, and we are improvising to bring out the auto personalized outreach, smart nudges for candidates based on his preferences, and also feedback, which is more important for any recruiter. That any recruiter owes to a candidate is a proper feedback. So how we can close that feedback loop, going back to the candidate using the tools. These are the few areas that we are focusing on, of course, keeping in mind the legal implications, the ethics side of it, and also following certain guidelines given by the government and our clients as well. So just to summarize, in an AI first world, our edge will come from the from being AI powered, but people led is what I believe in.
Wonderful. Don, the dreamer, bring us home.
Well, AI itself was a dream of someone, right? Someone dreamt, like, it wasn't just the movie Matrix. Movie Matrix was a dream. But if you come to the end, if there is an end to the Matrix sequel, that is, if at the last movie which I saw, the AI meets up with that lady, who was featured in all the movies, and they decide to work together. Say for the future of both the machine and the human, they have to work together or they destroy each other. This is what exactly will happen. I know I've got friends who are scared of AI. Who are actually telling me that, hey, they'll take over, they'll press that bomb, they'll press the nuclear bomb, etc. I don't think so. For me, I think that AI, we learn to live with AI, we will control AI, AI will help us. And from a recruitment angle and from a development angle or any technology angle, AI is there to stay. And but then at Live Connections, that's the message we are sending across to people. That we are not going to let go of people just because an AI is going to perform better or faster or anything. The human touch, the empathy factor is going to be always needed in recruitment. I'm sure if a person on the other side of AI will not be even the best of AI, will not be able to do an interview with the empathy and understanding of which Raghav could do and is doing it for the last 25 years. No AI in the next 100 years will be able to match Raghav's personal interview skills, whatever be its training program. But it will add a lot of value to every day. Look at it from a automation point of view. Yes, like Raghav was saying, building our own ATS, going through resumes, reports, MIS, all these things will become so fast and so fast. In fact, I tell people I have a separate bedroom, the third bedroom, and that's exclusively for two of my friends, called ChatGPT and DeepSeek. They both live in that room. So I just walk in and I ask a question, I get a reply today. My programming is done. I don't spend time. I can still watch a movie on Netflix while at the same time give an instruction, walk into that room and ask a question. As simple as as how long will it take me to reach the moon? And I come back, watch another few scenes of the movie, and I go back and discuss with ChatGPT or DeepSeek. It's come to that level where AI will support us. AI will help us. And that's what I think is happening at Live Connections. We are pushing people, saying that learn it, don't lose out. Learn it, learn faster. We have an exclusive employee dedicated to answering reviews on all Glassdoor, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever, Google, wherever reviews are happening about the company, review pages. He uses AI, and it's almost as if Raghav or Hema is answering those questions, right? It's that kind of a thing. And it's being done in seconds. She's also sourcing. She's also doing a JD and the CV work, and at the same time answering people's reviews online. So, in my opinion, I think that AI is going to be both a challenge and an invitation. How you see it really matters. And I think Raghav will agree with me. Live Connections is seeing it purely as an invitation. it will be a part of life connection.
Thank you. Thank you. Like they say, AI is not going to take your job. Someone using AI will.
Yeah.
So it's important to know how to use it. And I think that is where the magic will lie in the coming years. Different teams really identifying processes and engineering processes to leverage AI in their workflows. And it's great to hear how, as leaders, you're walking the talk. You're sort of taking those courses, you're playing and experimenting with AI. I'm sure sharing those stories with your team members as well to create that excitement around AI rather than, fear around AI as well. And I would leave with one sort of thought from my side. While AI today can think, can synthesize, can share a lot of goodness, what it can't do is, for now anyway, act upon it. And I think that responsibility will lie with the humans for a long time. And more importantly, will lie with this group of leaders that are there in the room. So that's a food for thought for all of us. How can we
Very
translate
good.
a lot of those thoughts and synthesis from AI to drive action? Thank you once again for sharing so much goodness and wishing Life Connections a very, very fulfilling journey ahead, of course, in strong partnership with us as always.